Hi everybody, I'm here with the fabulous Anna, and we are doing her fill / 30-day manicure, and I'm using Trinity right now. Turn the volume down. Sorry, I'm having her use her phone so that I can answer any questions if you guys have any. So she can watch that. You can watch that for questions, so as long as you can read it.
Okay.
All right, so Trinity is our all-in-one one-step gel. So you can put that on very easily, very quickly. So she doesn't really lift so much, so you can just go straight. I don't use primers on her, I don't need to. So I'm just literally going straight to Trinity, and I'm just pillowing it around the cuticle, always leaving about a 1 week gap. That's where your color is gonna fall, or your gloss, but that's what gives you a nice smooth finish. And if it's warm in your salon, you'll want to flash cure each nail. Typically, I can get 2 nails in without it running on me too much. But it's definitely not one where you can do all 4, like when I use natural. So I have to be quite a bit quicker if I'm doing 2 nails. If you're just going to go back and forth, if I have really long nails that I'm doing, I'll just go back and forth, 1 nail at a time, and flash cure each one. But the flash cure can be very fast. We're going to go in for just 2 seconds and then come back out. That's all it needs. And that's going to keep it from moving, so you get to keep your shape. But this gel has been really quite spectacular. I've had some clients that got maybe a little bit of lifting with some other gels, and I've been doing their nails for years. And for whatever reason, I tried Trinity on them, and 0 lifting. There's quite a bit of flexibility with this product. It's not as hard as some of our other gels, and I think it really helps the product move with the natural nail and prevent lifting. So really impressed with it. My nails are done with Trinity right now because I'm testing out a different technique using Trinity. So if you haven't tried it and you like the viscosity of Enhance, this is quite similar, but it's a little bit more flexible than Enhance. And so and it's got the bonding gel built in. So I just go through and check to make sure that there's not a whole bunch that's come down from gravity, if I can help it, because it moves so quickly. Okay, freeze that for a few seconds. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go over in the light. My apologies. Hopefully I wasn't out of the screen too long there. All right, so there's a piece of lint right there. So again, I'm pillowing up towards the cuticle, leaving about a 1 week gap. If you get it too close to the cuticle, it will run into the cuticle, so you don't want to do that. Leave just a little bit of a gap. And what's nice is with Trinity, if you have a nail that just seems too flat, after you do this slick layer, just take a little string. See, there's a little string. When you pull out of your pot, a little string, and you can just drizzle onto the wet layer, and it's gonna smooth out and self-level in, and you can just keep an eye on it. And if you need to do any wiggling, you can. But that way you can have an arch pretty easily, but I would suggest, if you're doing that, to flash cure that nail before you move to the next nail. All right, so that's it for Trinity. I've already done the other hand, so we're gonna move straight to color. And we're gonna go with Precious, which is this really, really pretty lavender. All right, it's very quiet. No one's saying nothing, that's okay. So this is a really pretty lavender, and she typically will go a month and will fade up whatever color she's doing. And today she came in and showed me a picture of someone that had purple glitter with kind of a lavender undertone. So that is what we're gonna do. So I'm going to just quickly fade up this color, and then we're gonna go ahead and add the Aurora. So it's just a quick coat on half the nail. Piece of lint. And I'm going to take my handy dandy 106 brush, make sure there's nothing on it. And then I'm just going to blend this up by keeping my brush pretty flat and just pulling it. I just don't want a sharp line. There's going to be glitter kind of blended over this, so it's not going to be super obvious no matter what. But I don't want to have a sharp line. And this is what I do on all her colors, just because that way she can go a month and doesn't see grow out. It's very common that I do that on clients that go a month, because it hides the grow out pretty quickly, easily. And it looks like an ombre. Some people are like, I get more compliments at the end of my service, you know, when they're about to come back in, because it looks even more ombre because their natural nail shows up more. Do you even know? Mm-hmm. You can talk. You don't have to be quiet. You're allowed to speak. So again, I'm just blending this in. Make sure that it's not big, obvious lines. Check and make sure there's nothing funky anywhere. And then if any of my precious looks a little bit like if gravity's pulled it, then I will just hit the end of it. This again is being covered up with glitter, so I'm not doing a second coat of precious. So I want to make sure my coverage is good in the first coat. All right, get myself situated. Okay, so second coat. Or second hand, not second coat. A little piece of fuzz right there. Oh. Fuzz is my enemy and always around. So right here, the Trinity created a little bit of a catch right there. Do you see that? You can do this at the end of the service, or you can do it right now. And that's how I fixed that. Now it's smooth, no problems. Color can go right on. All right, so I'm just going to blend this. Again, we want to just have the color disappear, not have a stark line. Switch the next. If you have an ombre brush, you can do this technique with an ombre brush as well. Either way, it's just very simple, quick method to blend it. And then I'm just going, again, because I did a thicker coat of Precious, just going to make sure that gravity didn't pull it down, because I don't want a thick free edge. So I want to make sure everything is just as it should be. Okay, go ahead on in. So now we are switching to our Aurora. So this is the Aurora Purple. See if we can get that in there. There we go. And I just gave it a stir real quick with my spatula, and now we're going to add it onto her nails. So all I'm doing with this is just a coat, and then I will fade it up after I get it coated on all the nails, because you've got to clean your brush off. And if you do each nail individually, then you're going to be cleaning your brush off the whole time. You're going to lose a lot of your sparkle. That is my next client, I think. Or male. Could be the mailman. So I'm just going to brush down basically about half the nail, just like I did with the color. Really quick, really simple. These Auroras are awesome because they've got the 3 sizes of glitter in each. So it really will give you such a pretty finish when you do the fading portion, because it will grab each little piece. All right. Get the last nail. So if you have, you know, someone that wants a glitter tip and you have an Aurora, the trick is to layer it. So if they want it to be a darker purple, use a darker purple underneath. But if you're trying to do it all with just Aurora, you're going to end up with a very thick nail because the glitter is thicker. So the trick is going to be layer it so that you can create the color effect that you want and the look that you want. So now I'm going to lightly dab and pull just to create a little bit of a fade. Like so, very simple. So pull it enough up onto the nail bed that you don't have a straight line across of glitter. You know, that's what you're looking for, is you want it to look very faded. And so I see a lot of glitter fades out there where people kind of stop and they get it a little bit and then they just stop. And you can see this kind of solid line across, or where it's really, really full and then nothing. And so to get that effect where you're getting a bit more of an ombre, you gotta keep working it until you don't have that solid line. So quick and easy. Hope everyone is having a nice Friday and going to have a good weekend. I know a lot of nail techs out there work on the weekends. I used to. A long time ago, I used to work every Saturday, and I would get so jealous of everybody who had the weekend to go do stuff with their kids. And I was like, I want to go do stuff on the weekend. And my clients would be like, don't you make your own schedule? I said, yeah, but there's going to be a lot of people that get mad if I don't work Saturday. And they're like, well, you're the boss. And I'm like, I guess that's true. So I did it, and lo and behold, people made it work and got there during their lunch break or whatever. So I don't work Saturdays anymore. And I did the same thing during the holidays. That was a big jump because at Christmas time, you know, a lot of people take that week between Christmas and New Year's off. And I was always so jealous of everyone that had that week off. And people would be like, don't you make your own schedule? If it's available, they'll take it. I'm like, right. So I started doing that. But this year, Christmas is on a Wednesday. You know how much that messes up my week off?
I know.
It's just not possible unless I want to take that much time off. And I don't want to take that much time. I mean, I do, but I don't. So
You do, but you can't.
I do, but yeah, but you know, you got to make a living. So I am doing long weekends. So I have 2 long weekends. Oh, hey, doing my own nails now? Oh, she's working on my back end. That's the lovely Kara. She's working to make my website better, so we love that. All right, so there we go. And then just double check to see that it's, you know, it's a gradual fading. That's the biggest thing, is to look at it from the side. And if it looks like you have, you know, when I look at it this direction, if it looks like you have a straight line somewhere, then that's where you need to mess with it some more. So this one looked a little bit like it had a straight line. So I'm going to play with it just a tad more, just to make sure that when I look at it from the side, it does not. And that's it. And we'll go ahead and let that go in. And all she's going to need after this is top coat. So pretty good getting her done. We started late too, so that's pretty good. We should be done about on time. So We started about 10 minutes after, and it's about 5 minutes to the next hour. So that's about 45 minutes. That's not bad. Good time for a film. And my lovely next client shall be walking in momentarily. That's the little chimes. It's very handy. So for those of you that might have a home studio, I highly suggest getting a ring system. So what it does is it's motion detector. So as my clients walk in, I can hear them coming up. So if you don't have one, it's really great. And you can add the actual ring devices in different parts of your house. They have different things. So I know some of my clients are in Europe. I shout out to my lovely Irish follower on YouTube that was chatting with me the other day. And so a lot of them in England and over there, they do have a lot of home studios. So if you can get a ring, it's really nice if you are working from a home studio so that you can hear what is going on. All right, and the last one. Again, this is the Aurora Purple. There's 10 colors of Aurora. Mine has Aurora Apricot with a loose glitter from Profiles. I even kept it out. Loose glitter from Profiles here called Costume Party. So it's a really nice, really fun loose glitter. So both of those are available at Love Nails. So you can do this same effect, but if you want to add chunky glitter, like mine, I added the chunky glitter. Before you put it in the light, you just dab it onto this wet Aurora. That is how you create the nails like mine, is you just add the chunky glitter on top. So, but you will have to do a different top coat if you do that. I used Options Clear as my top coat. It's a little bit thicker, which allows the top coat to glide over your chunky sparkles. So you can read that for me.
Sure. Courtney Collins from, let me see here, from Ohio. She's always wanted to know, I wanted to ask you if you have a video on YouTube that does a 30-day manicure for the first time. Not a fill.
For the first time. You know, I don't know. But I will, I've been having a couple random new people lately. So hang tight, and next time someone that's new comes in, or if I can get a model, which I was talking to one of my clients about her daughter who apparently has like amazing nail beds. So I might tell her to get her butt in here, and I'll do one for you, unless I can find one on my books coming up. But I will do one from the first moment for you, and I'll just tell her she gets to be a YouTube star first day. So we're just going to push those up. Those work really well. How do you think? Just what you were going for?
Absolutely.
So pretty.
Love it.
So with this one, I'll be able to do my Luxio gloss over the top. I'm just going to grab a little bit more. This one needs a little more. My Luxio gloss over the top, but because I'm going to be floating it on just slightly thicker to make sure there's no bumps from the glitter, I'm going to flash cure it. And that's a really nice trick to make sure that you're not going to get any top coat into the cuticle or the sidewalls, because the last thing you want is ridges that your clients can pick at or get into. But you want to have a perfectly smooth nail. And if you're not finished filing again, then you need to make sure, I didn't need to grab more, that was just habit right there. You need to make sure that you're getting enough gloss on that you get a smooth finish, but not letting it run into the cuticle. So get it in the light as soon as you get it on there. All right, there you go. And then we will go straight to gloss. All right, so here's what I'm saying. I'm using Luxio Gloss. This is my favorite everyday, all-day gloss. And as I float it on, I'm just going to make sure that looking down the barrel, there's no bumps. And maybe I'll do 2 nails and then flash cure it. We'll see if it runs on me. As soon as one runs, that tells you, okay, I should have done 1 nail instead. Yep, see, it ran into the cuticle. So that's why it's really important to flash cure after each one if you're putting it on thick enough to make sure that you have no bumps in your glitter. So go ahead and put that in for a second. But it needs only like 2 seconds. Okay, come back. And that's it. And then you can move on. And that's enough time to keep that top gloss from running on you. And you can go back and forth from hand to hand as well. It's just a little trickier with the camera, so I'm not going to do that. But we will get that in there and flash cure, please. Come back. Okay. Cool. Come back. Ooh. Big fuzz, big fuzz. So then we're going to finish the thumb, and then she can go in for a full cure on the whole hand. And then all I'm going to do is file the edges and zip underneath the bottom. But I will let you guys go and get back to your everyday life. But hopefully there's a trick in there for somebody. That's why I'm doing it. So you guys have a fabulous weekend. So as long as your clients know you're going to flash cure, this goes pretty quickly. I just shove and then they go. So 1, 2. The trick is just don't let them bang into the light, because then it's disaster.
Yes, that's correct. Don't bang the light.
Yes, she knows. So this one, you can see the line of light has a little divot, right? So I'm going to, this is when I do this trick. If you've seen me do that on a nail, I'll do that. That drops just a little bit more gloss off where it needs to be. And I just push it around a little bit and makes a perfectly smooth surface. So you can use your gloss to fix any little line of light situation on your top coating, which is a great trick. So that's where the glitter bumps are. So just dab a little bit more there. Move that around and flash. Okay. And do that. Okay, flash that. Okay, and the last one. Oh, and there's a fuzz on this one. Okay. It's like the thumbs are enjoying a little bit of fuzz fest. So again, we'll just dab this where I see any line of light situation where I might need a little bit of more because there's a little dab of glitter or something. And with thumbs, if you're worried that it's going to lean, have them do their thumb up in the light for the flash before they put their whole hand in. And this is going to help with gravity. So thumb up in the light, that means like this. Grab the bottom of the light. You just want to grab it. And just for 5-10 seconds, not even that long. And that will keep gravity from moving on you. I was going to leave you guys and I just keep on going. I love the squeaky shine. So this is how we finish. Just come up from underneath. Make sure there's no gloss or glitter or gel anywhere in the way. And if there's any shaping changes, This one, her natural nail just kind of curls in a little bit more, so it naturally is just going to look a little bit more tapered. It's totally fine. It's just how her nail is. All right, and then I always want to make sure that you guys are zipping underneath. Make sure if you're using a square nail, you're doing a square nail, you're using your sanding band, get up, because this is a thicker free edge. You don't want that. Get up underneath it and thin that out. And it's a very quick thing that you can do on all the nails, but it keeps the natural nail from curling down. It makes the nail thinner. All important so that you don't get any free edge lifting. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Very easy, very quick. Hopefully you guys learned something. Catch you later.